Hi, Waz here. technodeck.com for useful and interesting technology info. Have a great day.
Howdy there, T-Deckians, and I'm Scott James Bell, one of the bloggers slash guest bloggers slash whatever you want to call me, that do stuff for technodeck. So I'm now starting my video segments, which are going to be every bi-weekly, so every 2 weeks you'll be seeing me on technodeck, and I will be calling you T-Deckians because you like technodeck. Don't know why I did that hand swizzle. But yeah, I am pretty crazy. You can go check out my actual YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/fusionnet24. 1N. The link will probably be down below anyway. So recently the Register had an article on Berners-Lee, hopefully I said that right, who was the founding father of the internet, shall we say. He helped found the HTTP movement in a sense because he was the first ever person to serve up an internet page at CERN, which is in Europe. It does the stuff like the Large Hadron Collider, or Hadron Collider, if you'd like to pronounce it properly. And yeah, that's basically what he does. He does the stuff at CERN is groundbreaking stuff that costs billions and billions each year. And he served up the first ever web page in December at the Particle Physics Lab in CERN. And that was the internet, the HTTP in a sense, born. So yeah, it's HTTP's birthday. Happy birthday, HTTP! Got an invisible flag, by the way, just to get that. And the article basically says that he thinks there's several threats to the internet as it is. And he thinks that the several threats include Facebook, which is a huge threat, down to the cable companies with carrier customization and mobile phones and their net neutrality stuff that Google go on. He briefly warned that the cable giants want to prevent free flow of content across their basically system. They want to start selling their content and limiting you to their content on their networks, which is understandable why they're trying to do that, but the internet is free and that's what internet stands for. And with the WikiLeaks doing all the stuff they've been doing, the internet is getting quite unbalanced, and ICANN are getting out there and seizing domains for the US government, which is getting interesting because Peter Swede, hopefully I said his name right, is basically the guy who is part of the Pirate Bay founding team, and he is now trying to come up with, well, he's not him on his own, just to clarify. He is joining a group of people that have been doing it for quite many years, trying to come up with a separate, decentralised version of ICANN, because ICANN's centralised, that can't be forced by the governments to give up domains, almost like a peer-to-peer internet, in a sense, and that's what he's trying to come up with. So maybe multicast and IPv6, if you understand what I'm saying. He's trying to come up with something like that, which is going a bit off tangent, but that's what I'm trying to explain to you. I'll be doing a video probably on that soon. Basically, he briefly warns that cable giants are going to start limiting people. He's talking about how Facebook is centralising all your information, gathering it, collating it about you, your friends, your emails, everything, importing into one place. They have that, they can target you, they can do all sorts of stuff with your internet and information. They can do everything they want to do with you. And you're sort of limited to them, because if you want to go somewhere else, Facebook doesn't have integration, you're screwed, because you have to do everything ever again. And that's the problem with the decentralised networks they're talking about. You're talking about decentralising the internet to major outlets, so Yahoo, Google, Microsoft, Facebook, all the places decentralising themselves. So you're sort of screwed if you go to one platform, you can't go to another. Which is interesting because that is what's happening now, and it's been happening for a long time, and people are almost switching, and people aren't realising that the internet is such a powerful tool that they're not fighting back. Yes, people know the internet's brilliant, people know the internet's awesome, but they aren't fighting back enough to, just like the Digital Economy Act in England is all out and about and means that you can't go on illegal sites. Fair enough. But you shouldn't be able to censor things. You shouldn't be able to go, oh, I can seize that, I can do that, I can do that, I call that censored. That's what the internet's always been about. Even if you don't like it, even if it's illegal stuff, you can get to the people behind the illegal stuff, especially paedophilia and stuff. But in a sense, the internet is always there. You can't stop the internet. The internet is a movement that was there to revolutionise the world, in a sense. That's what it's all about. And yeah, he talks about how Google's IPs, and I'll leave the link below so you can read this totally, because it's a huge article and I don't want to go into it too much. I'm going into other information. And how things are going in, and how your social connectivity and your central platforms, and how basically the article's entitled Love Live the Web. Live the Web. I think it's going to say Long Live the Web. Don't know. And yes, basically he explains how iTunes is a closed-down system. Like Spotify has open URIs, which uniform resource indicator, I think it is, because they remove the locator thing. I don't know why. Well, I do, because it's their standard. In a sense. Anyway, and basically they're talking about how HTTP links obviously send you out elsewhere, but iTunes uses iTunes links, and you obviously can't make them global. It's decentralized to the iTunes world in a sense, which is why they're kind of getting angry with it. And I understand why. And they also go about the Comcast BitTorrent sealing and how Google go into the tandem with net neutrality and Horizon or Verizon. I don't know how you say that word because I've never actually heard it pronounced as Horizon and Verizon, but I've never actually known which way to say it. So yeah, they're basically saying that the internet and the mobile and stuff should be sealed down in net neutrality, which I've gone over that in a video before, somewhere on my channel, if you go check that out. So yeah, all I'm trying to say to you is that the web isn't going to be free, and yeah, Facebook might be a threat, and so might have any other places, but the web survived so far. And I think the web will survive, whether it means it goes to a peer-to-peer form, whether it means we have to break things down and don't know what we have to do. But in the end, we have to keep the web as it was originally. The idea of freedom. The freedom's good or not, whether WikiLeaks leaking documents put people's lives at risk or not, which is an article, like I said, on technodeck I did, if you think it does that or not, you have to check that and you have to allow that to go on there, whether you want to allow it or not, and sort the other problems out. So go after the leaks, not after the website's publishing the leaks. You have to see, and the Pirate Bay managed to stay up all this time because they were willing to fight, and if the Pirate Bay are willing to fight and show capitalism or communism, or we're not getting into politics, doing that, then you never know. So yeah, that's my question for you today. Should the web be free? Should the web be controlled by the cable company? Should carrier customization of internet, not just phones, be stopped? Should the centralized platforms be stopped and make them more integratable? So you tell me what you think. Leave a comment in the YouTube video. Leave a comment on the technodeck comment thing. Don't know where else you can leave a comment. You can always email me, which is me@scottjamesbell.com. That's me@scottjamesbell.com. You can email me there. You can tweet at me, FusionIt24 on Twitter, or tweet at Technodeck, and I'm sure William, who's in charge of Technodeck Twitter, will get back to you in some way or format, or forward it on to me, or we'll get in some contact. You can also go like Technodeck on Facebook. It should be facebook.com/technodeck. You'll like me on Facebook, which is facebook.com/scottjamesbell. And really, that's all I've got to tell you. But don't forget to visit technodeck.com and see all the latest news from me, VJ, another VJ, William, Andrew, Ryan, Bruce. Yeah, there's a lot of people. And I'm sorry if I missed any of you out, the Technodeck team, but I still don't know all of you. So enjoy yourself, and let's say I'll see you in 2 weeks, guys.